Welcome, boys and girls. Today we dive into the fantastic world of games that no one asked for, with a title that seems to have been created specifically to make me lose my patience: Gale Racer for Sega Saturn. Take your seats, fasten your seatbelts, because this is a journey into the strangest, most frustrating races ever. So, Gale Racer, which is the Sega Saturn version of Rad Mobile, an arcade game from 1991. Yes, you read that right. They thought, hey, let's take a racing game that was mediocre 3 years ago and bring it over a more powerful home console. What could go wrong? Well, everything. But let's go in order.
Let's start with the gameplay, because we're here to race, right? No, wrong. Gale Racer wants to make you feel like you're racing on an endless highway, but it actually feels more like one of those roads you got lost on trying to avoid traffic, only you can't use GPS here. The game is a mix between a driving simulation and a waking nightmare. The car has the tightest controls I've ever seen. It feels like you're driving a refrigerator with wheels, and no matter how much you swerve, you always end up crashing into something. The physics are so bad that even when you think you're safe, you find yourself catapulted off the road as if you've hit an invisible wall. Okay, let's give credit where credit is due. Gale Racer has graphics that, for the time, aren't bad. The environments are detailed, the scenarios change as you speed through the streets, from metropolises to deserts. They even put the days/night cycle, and when it rains or snows, it seems really impressive. They tried to make the experience immersive, I recognize that.
But here's the problem: the graphics don't save a game that is practically unplayable. It's like having a Ferrari with a lawnmower engine. What do you do with nice graphics if the game treats you like you forgot to remove the handbrake? The collisions are ridiculous. A little bird crosses the road. SBAM, race over. A car hits you. Boom, explode like you're in Fast and Furious. And don't get me started on the damn controls. The Saturn had a decent controller, but Gale Racer seems to have decided to ignore it completely. You press the accelerator button and it takes a couple of seconds for your car to respond, as if the game had to think about it. Do you really want to accelerate? Safe? Okay, but let's see what happens. And then there's the soundtrack, guys. It's as if they're bombarding you with endless musical loops that make you want to turn off the sound. Imagine an elevator tune that accompanies you throughout the ride. For hours, it's as if the game wants to slowly drive you mad, one piece at a time.
Oh, and I can't forget the view. The car dashboard covers half the screen. It's like trying to look at the road through a gap between the seats. Not only that, but there's an adorable little scented tree swinging in front of you for the duration of the ride. A touch of class, or maybe just an attempt to distract you from the despair. But you know what's really funny? The main character. Yes, because in Gale Racer, at a certain point, they thought of adding Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm not joking. Sonic appears in the dashboard of your car, like some kind of bobblehead, only instead of motivating you, he looks at you with that look of contempt as you crash into a wall. Nice job, champ, seems to say. Thanks, Sonic. Really helpful.
So, I end this video with a question: why does Gale Racer exist? I don't know, we'll never know. Maybe it was Sega's way of making us regret buying the Saturn. Maybe it's just a giant troll. But one thing is for sure, if you're looking for a racing game on the Sega Saturn, go elsewhere. Gale Racer is the perfect definition of when a good arcade concept is lost in a failed port. Thank you for watching this trip to hell by car. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so we can suffer more gaming horrors together. See you next time, guys, and remember, don't be tempted by games that belong to the past, for good reasons.